What's going on, guys? It's your boy Krod7435. You already know. We already here. We have a lot of content to blast out today. My two favorite girls have came back, and I'm very happy. I feel like that they should be fighting each other, and I will talk about that soon. But first, let me just show this shit.
She's so fit. She's such a dedicated athlete. She'll just keep this pace going.
Bam! Oh damn! Oh damn! Like rush it! Rush it! Oh! 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 Oh man! What is she about to do? Ooh! 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 Keep going! Keep going! Wow! That was a good combo.
And that just relaxing. She put a lot of work into this round, Krod7435. So she's just dropping her gloves, having a look, but she's ready for any counterpunch that may come. Slipping that.
Yeah, she's just playing like around with her. This isn't even like a fight.
She's not going to
Not yet.
if she doesn't have to. This round's in the bank. She knows she's probably not going to knock over Gentili, so let's not enter the tank. Experience work from Krod7435.
Okay, hold on. I'll show like the actual content. Because I want to see some knockout. I want to see that. Damn. Damn, she really, wow, she like demolished her. Boom! Bam! 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 Oh wow. Wait, dude. I'm pretty sure she did knock her out this fight. Yeah. Wow. I'm surprised that she really survived. Let's see. I don't even see it. Where is it? Oh, wow. That is okay. All right. Yeah. That. Okay. I seen it. But congrats to Katie Taylor on her. I think this is her third fight, right? Yeah, that has to be her third fight, and this will be a good message on the video. Good job, Katie. Much love from NY. You rock and love your skills, woman. I mean, even though that she is old, and I mean, you know, like age don't matter to me. You already know, you know, she at 30 years old, about to be 31. But no, like I think she's a really good fighter. There's no doubt about her. I really do think that she can really light up a storm. The only issue that I have with like the female boxing community is because I think like with some girls they don't really take it to the point where you know that they can have more females be signed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think number one, mentally, like don't even take this like the wrong way, but a lot of girls don't want to fight because they don't want to like be in that type of situation of being brutalized. But then again, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's not mixed martial arts. It's not actual UFC or third party, you know, MMA where the blood is actually coming off a little bit more brutal, and that's actually a lot more dangerous if you're not able to endure. And I mean, in boxing, like you have like the ref right there that can stop the fight at any given time. But I mean, in MMA, like the ref can stop the fight at a given certain time if you're not, you know, basically, you know, trying to survive as much before you get knocked out or you get seriously injured. So I mean, like your likelihood of dying in a MMA octagon could be a little bit higher over boxing, but that's really rare to even see, you know, fighters get killed because in boxing only like 1 out of like 30 men die along with females because like the last female fighter that I've ever seen dead was back in this is a long time ago, but I wasn't even like alive, but she was a Golden Gloves fighter, and I guess she got killed because she, you know, because I think she had like a seizure or something, and you know, like she couldn't control her body because she was losing breath, and yeah, she just got killed, and I don't really understand how that works, but I mean, I guess you know, mentally and physically, like if you're not set within the ring, like you can't really survive, but How I really see it with Katie, she's obviously a dime, but she is very, very good. I think like if you want to talk actual good fights, um, if you want to hear from me, I think like Claressa should fight Katie just because like I think that would get a lot of people more involved. And I think skills wise, like Claressa, she has a good three hitting combo, and then she can really hit very hard if she wanted to get more points up top. But I mean, when it comes down to like a low hitting game, I think that's where she's more dangerous. She definitely has a great build on her combo sets. I think the speed is a little bit, a little bit below average. Like I think like there could be a time where that she could lose stamina, but I'm not really too worried like about that, because with her she is a very strong fighter. She's almost like a how should I say it? She has like a little bit of Layla Ali, endurance type thing. But I highly doubted that she could ever get brutalized to a point where where she gets tagged and then she just goes down for like the count. No, like because I really do see like that she has a lot of toughness in her. Like nothing really scares her. Like she doesn't really back away. She likes to come in and then back off just to retain her breath. But no, her stamina looks really good. I think Katie and her should really get a fight going. I'm just saying, you already know. That's just me. I'm just trying to make up some good ideas, real shit. But no, like I just think looking at that fight because I was watching like the live stream and this one guy that made a video about it, which I could go to his video, but basically right here, Shields only threw about, or basically she hit about 6 of 71 of her, or basically of her jabs thrown, and her body punches were 60. I think that's 141 of her body of her power punches. Yeah, yeah. That was like my fault, but technically within those few rounds, only 74 out of 252 was hit versus for Sylvia's Zisvados, which I really thought she was gonna get knocked out, which like I'm kind of happy that she did get TKO'd, but no, like that was a very easy fight for her. If you want to talk some other good fighters, I have a bigger a bigger connection with more I guess Mexican female fighters. I'd say this one girl, I'd say this would be a really good fight. So don't take it for granted with me if anybody wants to hear it. But her name is Anna Estes. I think she's from Argentina. I might be wrong on that, but no, she's a really good fighter, very talented. She has a very good skill set, along with this other girl by the name of Victoria Bustos. I think she's like a middleweight WBC Argentinian, middleweight champion. So I definitely like to see more women coming all over the world to kind of like, challenge Claressa and Katie, and it would just be really good because I think Europe and Latin America, or basically South America, they're kind of doing that more often, rather than the U.S. because like we got like a lot of girls out here that could really fucking fight, and I mean, from my personal experience, like I've ran into a ton of girls that could beat my ass, and legit, like I don't even front with them, but even with me, like because I could give you like a little bit of my insight of how I was. I went 27-3 in wrestling for high school. I could have did college, but I decided to go to Hudson Valley, which that's a 2-year school that I mentioned for computer science. I'm almost done. I got 2.5 semesters left, so like I'm technically the same age as Claressa. But the thing with me is that I'm going for video game designing, so I'll be a champion in that, gaming field. But as for her, looking at that photo right there, Miss Queen Latifah, the champion of Flint, Michigan. How beautiful that face is. Oh, damn. But, no, she was really, really good at that fight. I really did think that possibly Sylvia, she could try to hit more fights on her. Or basically, shit, like, what the fuck am I saying? That she could try to hit, possibly Claressa a few more times to kind of make the fight a little bit even. But no, like I was really happy when she won. It really did seem like that Claressa was not even afraid. And I mean, they were saying for Sylvia that she had a good record of facing more fighters. But these were fighters that were much more talented. And when I looked at these fights, like they looked more easier to her. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't really like too much to really talk about on how she really did. And I mean, it wasn't even that like impressive because how I really seen it with her is that that Claressa was training at a higher level with better fighters, and I mean, this is the same thing with Katie, where she was fighting. Basically, she was training with this like Cuban world champion, like plus I guess he was a former world champion or current world champion boxer, where he basically shown her how he does his training and how he gets around with his full tactical skills. And I mean, I think that's all it really takes. It's like if you learn from like the boxing prospects, or no, the boxing legends, you have a better talent on throwing more and hitting combos rather than to go inside the ring without any confidence, and then you're not even lasting at least 5 rounds before you can hit to the very last one. I mean, it's really easy to see, Claressa fight as a legend. Like, she has like half Layla Ali and half like, who's that one girl? Oh man, I love her so much. And like legit, because I really like her fighting style because she is a monster. Her name is Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf was a very tough woman. She lived a really struggling life. She was by among one of the best fighters to ever fight in female boxing. I mean, she was very vicious when she had her biggest fight up against, or basically quick fight up against Vonda Ward. I actually still like seeing that fight to this day because I was really young, basically at the time when she beat her, and I was just like, whoa. I've never seen any woman just actually knock out a tall ass girl at 6'7"? No, 6'6". Yeah, and yeah, like I was just really surprised because legit, like I like many other girls like Regina Halmich, Lucia Riker. Hands down, Lucia Riker will be one of the best fighters ever. To be honest, I really think that with her that she like let's just say if she was in her prime, that she could have definitely beaten Floyd Mayweather if she wanted to. But no, those are two completely different eras. I definitely like Mia St. John, and definitely what's that other girl? Fuck, there's too many of them. Wow, there's too many of them. Fuck. Probably Denise Morides or shit. Yeah, something like that. Or probably Kelly or no, Chrissy Fulmer. My bad. Yeah, like there's like a whole bunch of them. Like I have like a lot of respect for them. Um, and to be honest, like I'm not even lying, because I've spoken with like a few fighters. I've spoken with Belinda Larfuente, out of Velez. I've spoken with basically just a whole bunch of them, and to even to this day, because I speak with other fighters that are from other countries. I've spoken to Iman Barlow. She's a very nice, pretty, and awesome person. I would love to meet her. But she's from Britain, so obviously I'm in Trump America, so I'm in Trumpalooza town, so I'm in the cold-hearted NY, not the NYC. If I was in the NYC, then I'd be talking like a real ass nigga. But nah, if anybody wants to, chill with me, and then supposedly him or her is famous, then I probably will make a vlog video out of that, and I'd be getting 50K views. Fuck yeah. But nah, like I'm not really in it for doing it for clout. But nah, like I have like a lot of respect for these fighters, as well with like the fighters that I talk to over Instagram and over Facebook. I've spoken with even current fighters to this day. Alvaro Herrera, he's from Mexico. He fights in the UFC. think he's like 9-3 or something, or 12 or something. Basically, he's a good fighter. But he's good. I've spoken with fighters like who's that one guy? Dennis Bermudez. That's UFC. I wouldn't want to say that I've ever spoken to a pro men's fighter. Except for one person that I know by the name of Amir. He fights out of my town of Albany. Technically, it's like the capital of upstate New York. But I definitely would like to speak with guys like Erickson Williams. Definitely Errol Spence Jr. He's a beast. And I definitely like to run into guys like Manny Pacquiao. Dude, I love Pacquiao. If I could make a whole video about Pacquiao, I will tell you the main reason why he lost to fucking Marquez. Because the only reason why he lost to him was because that Marquez had a good hit on him, and Manny wasn't able to recover. So then Marquez is just like, all right, fuck it, because I'd rather just go after this nigga because this nigga's just gonna get fucked up by me. So when Marquez was lucky enough to hit him, I'm like, fuck. So technically, that's when Manny wasn't even being considered to fight Floyd for the rematch because this is before they first fought. Yeah, that's what I want to say because when they were first talking about the fight, they said that Marquez would be his biggest challenge that he could ever get into for another rematch, and I think this is like the third and final one, or it could have been the fourth one because I knew Manny fucked him up like twice, and Marquez like finally beat him because Manny was that good. Like you can't deny Pac-Man. And I mean, if there was another Asian female fighter that I could say that could take Manny's position, I would have to say that has to be what was her name? Dude, I keep forgetting all these like popular female fighters, but like most of them do Muay Thai nowadays, but shit, because I can't really think of any. Like, if you want to get closest with me, oh man, she's like all the way from Japan. She's like kind of tall, but she was like rated to be like one of the best female fighters, within Japan. And I think she's fought a few American fighters and European fighters, but no, but other than that, she's been mostly fighting Japanese fighters. But I keep forgetting her name. Oh, wow, like probably could be Mizuki Kiyomoto, like probably somewhere around there. But I'll look it up one of these days. Or like no, fuck it. Like let me look it up so that way I don't end this video acting like a dumbass. Japanese female fighter, female boxers. Yeah, like cause I know what they look like. It's just like it's really difficult on knowing what their records were because obviously I'm all the way here in the fucking U.S. So nigga, like, cause I can't really even try to figure out where these girls are from. I mostly know like most of my own shit. Just like keep it real with me. Yeah, basically this person I know, Yoko Takahashi, she's a beast. She has a lot of power, and that one in the green shorts, I forgot her name, but she's really good. And there, in this one, the one in the pink, yeah, she's knocked out a few girls before. But other than that, you can't really know where most of these fighters are from because like I said, a good portion of them do Muay Thai, so it's not really as basically constant with them. They don't really come out as much. It's mostly female European fighters, and my favorite ones have to be, I'd say for current and past would be definitely for current. Her name is Cecilia Brækhus, and she's a beast because I love her. She is a very good woman, and I'm surprised that she remains undefeated because legit after the 2008 Olympics, I started hearing about her, and she legit just dominates everybody. And legit, the only reason is because she didn't get like enough good fights come in, and then once she started fighting bigger fighters like Miriam, oh shit, like I forgot her last name, but she's some French fighter, and like legit, she like dominated a good part of the fight, and then later on, Cecilia just was close to knocking her out, and then she then won by decision. So it really wasn't like that big of a fight, but I mean people know for most of these fighters they have a strong combo set, and they bring a lot of passion and power to the sport of boxing and making everything a lot more basically how should I say it, more passionate, and we see it more with a lot more European and Spanish fighters, because my favorite from the Spanish end is Mariana Juarez, and I like Mariana not because she has beautiful long hair, but I like her because she has a really good set, taking people down, kind of like what Floyd Mayweather does, but she can hit. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't screw around. She actually takes you down, and she actually likes to tire you out before she can even take a knockout. So I mean, it's not even that weird enough to say that she is a good fighter, because if she had came to the U.S. and we actually was talking about how many fights that she could have done, then to me, because I don't see any problem with that. It's just the problem that not too many girls really come into boxing now versus what they did back in the past. Because if you guys are kind of with me on the history or how things were for females that were fighting, the 80s and 90s were one of the bigger generations to allow girls to fight. But at that time, that was when Regina and Lucia were actually training enough to do what they needed to do in order to win titles. And I mean, I have huge respect for them. And I think it's really good enough for me to say that that the generation of female boxing needs to be reformed, or just put more females in it, because I think when you get to that level, you don't need to have a conversation about, okay, what about the wage gap? What about all this other bullshit that everybody's trying to throw on girls, saying that they can't do anything? Because it's really kind of saying that girls can't become a game designer, but it's we see it almost every time. And I mean, dude, if I had me a wife and kids, creating a video game family, and she's legit wicked smart enough to develop video games, and I would have done the same thing even if she was a fighter. So I mean, it's just giving out basic respect and knowing the quality of certain girls can take their talents to, because it's not perverted to even support anything that needs popularity, and I think that's good enough on my end to give out respect to those that have done really well. And that girl that was right down there with kind of the gingerish hair, I think that was a girl that I was talking about. And legit, there was a fight where her whole face just looked really fucked up, and legit, the only reason behind that is because I think her eye was getting swollen, and then she just got bloodied up and shit. And I mean, that was a good fight, because I don't know if she won that fight, but no, that fight was really tough, and I forgot legit, because I literally forgot her name. But no, I'll definitely do more popular popular fighters of all time video. Probably do that, but this is the person that I actually saw basically the other day or a few years back. I forgot her name. Wow. But no. This person knocked out a few women, and then I don't even know if she had actually gotten into actual bigger fights, but it's not even showing. Wow. But yeah, basically, the whole courtesy of what I see with female boxing could be really big, strong, kind of like with men's, and it can go up to a much more bigger level. But I really do think that the boxing community can get stronger. Do I see bigger fights in the middleweight division, or should there be more fights in the lightweight division, like Heather Hardy
versus I don't know, like, because there's some good fighters from around the world that I would not mind seeing, because they kind of already fought like the small other girl. I forgot her name. Lourdes Juarez. She's a really good fighter. That'd be good. I like to see Deborah Denicius versus I probably want to see, maybe like a fighter here, because like right now, like there isn't really too many good fighters that I can really look up to. Wow. Because like the only fighters that I could think of left is like Latonia Jones, but she's more of a up and coming fighter. Yeah, there's barely any fighters that comes up out of the U.S. because I mean, if you really look at it, the only fighters that I can think of right now is Ada. No. Like Ava. Wow. Wow. I literally forgot her last name, but I will, try to look her up once again. But that girl, along with basically Kalisha Lesh, she's a really good fighter. I definitely say along with obviously previous fighters that I used to like, Wendy Rodriguez, she was pretty good. Holly Dunaway, Mia St. John, like the list goes on. And I think like with that, like I think more of the females in the US are good, but they're just not getting too much on basically like what should I say? They're not getting respect. And I think it's more of a bigger issue for them because they're not gonna get a good contract at the end of the day. And this is why, like, one of my other good fighters that I like watching, Marciela Cornejo. Yeah, she's a beast. So, like, definitely will do a video up on her. She has a really good backstory too. But I think it would be good to see a bigger boost and rise for female boxing because if girls can have that type of, actual, salary boost to get paid like millions of dollars like men, then I would definitely be in support of that. I would do the same thing even if I were to help out the black community, even if I got richer. But I mean, that's something that I wanted to talk about. Respect to Katie Taylor and Claressa Shields winning their fights. I really want to see that fight happen. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will do more videos on Russell Westbrook, Thunder. I'll be doing a shit ton of videos on LeBron and Curry. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.